Okay, so the applicant tracking system, here's a Loom to walk you through it. So in order to get to the pipeline to see the tickets, you want to go to CRM tickets, and here it will show you all of the applicants and all of the stages. You can close these to condense it by clicking arrows or open them up if you want to see them that way. So if you go into a ticket, well, first of all, you'll notice the ticket has the name, application, the ticket owner, and the position they're applying for. If you go into the ticket, over here it has the same tag, position they're applying for, who the owner is, and any other positions they're interested in. Over here we also have reasons for not hiring and future fit notes, and that will come into play later if they enter those stages. Over here we also have the answers to the getting to know you responses. So you can hover over it to see the question, and then if it's a really long response, you just click see more, and it should extend it. These dates down here, there are automations that will add dates to here, and then these dates will be used for further automations. You really shouldn't have to touch these or do anything with them, so you can kind of ignore this section. Over here on the right, you can see the contact. So you can see, the name, email, phone number, and if you need to go in there, you can just visit their contact. Over here under attachment is where their resume will be uploaded. If you want to see the answers to their application, you can click here, and it takes you to this inbox of all the answers, or you can scroll down to where it says form submission, hit employment application, and it populates over here on the right-hand side of the screen. Back to the ticket. This note will be pinned every time that someone submits an application, and here you will find the link to the interview notes folder. It will take you to a folder where this is a template, and you can use this for any interviews that you plan on doing. Just go in here and highlight the questions you plan on asking. And then you and Allison will be using the same document, so you can comment back and forth to each other on this document. Just be sure when you go to this folder, you make a copy of this one and rename it applicant name and _ interview notes. Okay, so that is basically everything you need to know within the ticket. If we go back here, so Allison will review this, and if it moves forward, she will change the ticket owner. So going forward through the whole process and all the animations based on the ticket owner, they will get certain emails. So the first step for the virtual interview, they'll get emails from Tim, and it will say phone interview. If Allison's the owner, it will get emails from Allison as Zoom as for the interview. And then going forward, it will basically be sent from the person that they had that first interview with, so they're not confused about who they're talking to. So if an received application, let's say they want to move forward to an virtual interview requested, you can drag it here, and this automation, once they're here, they will get sent an email asking them to fill out the getting to know you questionnaire and schedule an interview. When the interview is scheduled, it will automatically move over to here. After at 6 p.m., the evening of the interview that they had that same day, it will move over to virtual completed. When it's in virtual completed, you will get an email saying that person isn't completed and they need to make a decision. Also, never mind, I don't have to do that yet. Let's see. Let's say they've sat in virtual interview requested for a day. They will get a reminder email from the ticket owner. If they still haven't scheduled after a day, they will wait 3 more days. They have 3 more chances to schedule. And if they didn't, they will move over here to never scheduled. Now, if they do schedule from never scheduled, it will not automatically move back because we don't want to mess up any of the other automations. So we're just going to be safe and play it that way. So if they do schedule, you'll just have to kind of be aware of where their ticket is. Once they move to never scheduled, you will get an email notifying you that, hey, this person never scheduled, so they are in this stage. Just in case if you really wanted a chance to talk to them, you could reach back out and see what the problem was and go from there. Okay, so If they're ever moved to not hired here, they will get an email based on the stage that they're currently in. So if they're currently in received application, the wording for that email will say something about like reviewed your application. If they're currently in virtual interview completed, they will get an email that basically says it was nice speaking with you, blah, 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 blah. And those emails will come from the person who owns the ticket. So again, very crucial step. If they go to potential future fit, same thing. It's based on the stage that they are currently in. And yeah, basically it's just like the wording of what email they get sent. Let's see. Special cases, and a lot of this stuff will be used mainly for Allison, as if it's something similar to when Allison Ross applied. She was outside of the system, so she kind of just, someone like that will live in special cases and won't get moved throughout the process, so you just kind of have to be aware that they're there. Let's look back at the process here to make sure everything is covered. So along with the Zoom, you will have everything written out and there will be screenshots and everything for you. So let's say they've moved to virtual interview completed, then is another decision point. You will get emailed notification saying that, hey, they had their virtual interview, make a decision. For this one here, after the in-office interview is completed, you will also get an email based on the owner telling you that, hey, they moved here, you need to make a decision. This is also a point where no more automations are after that. So emails will not be sent, tickets will not be moved. So you just have to be mindful of moving them along the way, being sure to email them and make it more personable at that time. It is also very important that everything eventually gets moved to one of these end stages, so it's not cluttered up and taking up space in here and it looks messy. I think that is everything that you basically need to know. Let's just double check. Yes, at the end of the SOP, there is a chart that talks about all the automations at each stage, or if there are no automations, just for a quick reference if you need to know that. If you ever are in doubt of what you should do with a certain situation or where you should move it, or if there's automation, please just ask. But yeah, I think that is everything that you need to know. And if not, then everything else will definitely be within this SOP. So just be sure to read that if you have any questions, or just ask me or Allison. All right, thanks.